Hello, my name is Magdalene Ferreira, and we're going to talk about initiative and referendums in Arizona. Definitions. Initiative. The capacity to determine what needs to be done and act, particularly without any advice from others. Lisa was quickly promoted after demonstrating initiative on the job. Taking charge is the essence of initiative. Referendum. A situation in which residents of a county, state, or other area vote in favor of or against a regulation that arrangement with a particular issue, a public decision on a specific issue. How initiative and referendums are created. The referendum could be required or voluntary. A statute or constitution of the obligatory type mandates that certain categories of legislative action be put to a popular vote for approval or rejection. For instance, mandatory referendums are required for constitutional amendments proposed by legislature in most USA states. Under discretionary mandate, a famous decision on a regulation passed by the council is required at whatever point request of by a predefined number of electors. This allows a legislator's decision to be overturned. It is important to distinguish between mandatory and optional referenda and voluntary referenda, which legislature submit to voters to decide an issue or against public opinion. Compare and contrast an initiative and a referendum. The empowerment of citizens to participate active and democratic legislative process is the common objective of both initiative and referendums. However, their methods and original differ. The people are where initiative began. The proposal is drafted, petitioned, and voted on by citizens. In the meantime, the government initiative referendums and the legislature present legislation to the people for their approval. Referendum pros and cons. Pro. The prospect of a popular vote on the final agreement focus the mind of those negotiations on coming up with a proposal that can be political sustained in case of difficult, peaceful, ceremonial negotiation in societies plagued by years of civil war. A referendum may be useful to lock in a choice that will require enduring unfavorable outcome during implementation and ensure a broad base of political support for the decision. Con. Actors on both sides can use a referendum campaign to create a fair choice between the status quo and the proposed change and lure voters with failed promise based on fantasy of what the ideal outcome might be if voters reject the path that elites like party leaders have suggested. Initiative pros and cons. Pro. The ability to take action on a contagious issue is one positive outcome of state initiative use. Take, for instance, the marijuana proposition, which received 2 million votes to legalize. Because of the device religions and social view on drug use, this issue was contagious. The fact that state initiatives are a form of direct democracy is another strain. Since American primaries and caucus have such low turnouts, The high level of turnout that some propositions see as effective way of promoting democracy indicate that the initiative allows citizens to directly influence politics outside of a election. Con. Proposition can lead to tyranny of the majority, which is undemocratic. This indicates that minority groups may face discrimination. The vulnerability of initiative to interest group manipulation is another drawback. Initiatives are undemocratic when their results are manipulated because they explain how initiative and referendums support the idea of direct democracy as outlined in Arizona Constitution. Because Arizona's founding father wrote a constitution in 1912 that gives the people the right to direct democracy, the right to up or down vote on legislative enactment through a referendum, the right to make their own law, so the initiative process, and the right to recall current state officials. Arizona is in a unique position to take action. The initiative is a significant step toward reversing 50 years of radical right-wing attempts to control the country through voter suppression. The initiative support public funding of campaigns, restrict the amount of money lobbyists can give legislators, and limits campaign contribution. Thank you for listening.